Welcome to FOXSOUL's Black Report, your daily source for Black news, views, and opinions. Happy Friday. Today is November 25th, and I am Mimi Brown.
And I'm Romeo.
I'm Demi Lobo. And on today's report, big news out of Georgia, and Raphael Warnock is getting a big name to join him on his campaign trail. And when I say big, I mean big. And a little hint, he's the only president that we acknowledge. Yes, Mimi's going to kick the show off with that story. Meanwhile, more than a dozen people were fatally shot in a Virginia department store as families were shopping for Thanksgiving. We have that story. Then, it's raising an issue. That is the question the Sheriff's Department is trying to decide as the DOJ seeks for answers into the search of a bus carrying students during a traffic stop in South Carolina.
Plus, two black brothers are changing the car air freshener industry game with a new innovative product. We'll let you know what that is. And it's Friday, so you know we had to give you a look at your top headlines, but with a side eye with comedian Buddy Lewis. That's right, getting you ready for the weekend. We have all that and so much more. This is our voice and our truth, so let's get it.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us. We start today with news out of Georgia. That's where former President Barack Obama is gearing up to get out the campaign for Raphael Warnock. Obama is scheduled to return to Georgia December 1st, the eve of the final day of early in-person voting. That day is proven critical for Democrats in recent years, including Warnock's runoff special election victory nearly 2 years ago. Obama's first appeared with Warnock in late October during the general election period voting. This is great news. I am so glad that President Obama is going to get out on that campaign trail. We know that Warnock lost that election to, not lost, he won by 34,000 votes. And so hopefully with President Obama getting out there on the campaign trail, more people will get out. So this is what, next Monday?
Yes.
I believe so.
Is it next Monday,
Yes.
December 1st?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So make sure if you are in Georgia, you get out, you vote, because that runoff is coming up and we need you guys. I mean, we did take control of the Senate, but that does not mean that we need Walker in the Senate making decisions for Georgia. That's not what we need.
We do not want to have. We don't have a man to confuse the word election with erection. Like, look, when we talk about, I'm just being serious. Here's a guy that, look, we felt was a joke going into this whole situation, and the fact that he got that many votes lets us know that we have to be on notice, and it's important that we continue to get out there and vote for what's right in our community, our city, and our state.
Mm-hmm. And you know what's really interesting is that President Barack Obama was our president. That's our president that we acknowledge as the president. All others, we acknowledge, but President Obama is like a family member to us. And so to have him come in and say who he thinks is important to our nation, to Georgia, this is very, very big. And you need someone like him to come in, sort of like with Stacey Abrams, just those big names. You need them to come in and endorse other people and let us know actually who we should be voting for as well and paying attention to. So really happy every single time President Barack Obama when he does.
I call him
like
the closure for this campaign
closure.
to get it done.
Yes, we needed that.
Absolutely.
We needed it absolutely.
Okay, wait. I'm sorry. I just looked it up. December 1st that he's going to be there is a Thursday.
It's a Thursday.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure, so that way you guys, if you're in Georgia, you know it's a Thursday. If you can clear your calendar, you can go to some campaign rallies, and we can bring this home.
Yes, we got to get those dates.
Got to get those dates
precise.
right.
We got our soulmates out there on the right date, not the wrong date.
Exactly.
All right. So the U.S. Supreme Court is ordering the release of former President Trump's tax returns. The House Ways and Means Committee it wants to obtain the former president's tax returns and the returns of some of his businesses from 2015 to 2020. The court's decision follows the unanimous ruling of a 3-judge appeals court panel. Now, that happened in August. The Trump administration refused to hand over those records. Now, after a 3-year battle, the Treasury Department has the tax records and is waiting to release them pending final court action. And so when you read a story like this, it's always interesting to me that we're even talking about running for president again. I mean, it's just a 3-year-long battle just trying to get tax returns, something that every other president has willfully given up without any struggle. And so here we are trying to struggle and figure out where he lied in his Mar-a-Lago resort. What was there? What documents did he take? What documents went down the toilet? And so you announce also that you want to run for president again, you are not proven to not be a liar. You're not proven to be here for the people. Why and who would even vote for you at this point?
There's a bunch of people who are going to vote for him, which is the sad part about this. And I'm actually really surprised that the Supreme Court is allowing this. But I'm happy that they are allowing this because we need to get to the bottom of he's been holding it so close to the vest that now we want to really see. I mean, we always wanted to see, but now we really want to know what's in there because you have managed to keep it from us for about, what, 5-6 years now?
Yes.
And so now we're finally going to be able to
we think about the things he did before he even got elected, and we were like, this guy still got in. They still voted him in. With all that being said, there's people out there who will still go to the polls for Donald Trump. So with all these allegations up against him, we have to bring some truth to all these things and make sure it doesn't happen in 2024. So this is a major move.
Absolutely.
All right, well, President Biden is extending a pause on federal student loan payments while the legal battle over loan cancellation continues. The moratorium was set to expire on January 1st, but the White House now says the pause will be extended until 60 days after the lawsuit filed by 6 Republican-led states is resolved. If not resolved by June 30th, payments would resume 60 days after. More than 26 million people have applied for relief. Last week, the Justice Department asked the Supreme Court to reinstate the debt cancellation plan.
And it's been a deadly 2 weeks across America. Several mass shootings have claimed the lives of more than a dozen people. The latest in Virginia, where a manager of a Walmart store started shooting inside the store. This happened on Tuesday. The alleged shooter has been identified as 31-year-old Andre Bing. 4 other people were injured and they remain hospitalized. Now, at the time of the shooting, the store was packed with shoppers grabbing last-minute items ahead of Thanksgiving. And so far, they say they do not have a clear motive.
And charges against a disabled Marine veteran who uses a wheelchair have been dropped after video footage of the alleged dispute went viral on TikTok. The viral video shows U.S. Marine Corporal Court being detained by a sheriff's deputy in Ohio last month. Authorities were on the scene because of a dispute over a damaged fence. Corporal Court allegedly assaulted 2 police officers. The deputy yanked Court from his wheelchair, took him to the ground and cuffed him. Along with other charges filed against Court were misdemeanor resisting arrest as well as disorderly conduct. But they were filed without prejudice, meaning they can be refiled. In 2005, during a tour in Iraq, Corporal Court lost both of his legs, suffered brain injury, damage to his hand, and post-traumatic stress.
Historically Black University of North Carolina announced Monday that it has filed a complaint with the Department of Justice seeking a review of a search of a bus carrying students during a traffic stop in South Carolina last month. University President Paulette Dillard says she believes the stop was racially motivated, adding that the incident escalated from a simple traffic stop into a drug search. She said, quote, "Let's be clear. Racism is about power and systems, and just because there isn't a knee on someone's neck doesn't mean that no harm is being done." 2 sheriffs have denied that racial profiling played a part in the traffic stop. They say they pulled the bus over because it had been swerving. So if the bus had been swerving, did you give the bus driver alcohol test or something of that nature? This has happened before with HBCU schools, so we do know that. So it's important that they approach this differently because it's happening to Black universities and it continues to happen over and over again. We have the bomb threats, now we have police pull over, and just think about what that does to a young man or a young woman that's on that bus moving forward in life and their relationship as far as a police officer.
Absolutely.
You're dividing that situation instead of bringing it together.
Yeah.
I think you're referring to the Delaware State volleyball team that was pulled over in the same sort of manner where they were searched, turned into a drug accusation, and it's the same thing that happened here. And so I know that the president of Shaw is looking into further action, and she's taking further action, and that's what our presidents have to do of these universities is stand up and not take things like that just happen and take them lying down.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right, and the University of Florida has yanked a football scholarship offer to a star football player after he posted a video of him using the N-word while rapping along with the song. Marcus Stokes of Nice High School in Florida tweeted his regrets and an apology, saying the words he used were hurtful and offensive to many people. Nice was considered a 4-star quarterback. He had received more than a dozen offers from Division I college football programs.
I'm very sad. Remember that racist FedEx attack? Well, brand new charges have just been filed against the white man who attacked the black FedEx driver. A grand jury just indicted Gregory Case and his son Brandon for attempted first-degree murder, conspiracy, and shooting into a vehicle. Those are upgraded from the previous charges. Let's remind you, Soulmates, what happened back in January in Brookhaven, Mississippi. Those white men chased D. Montero Gibson while he was making deliveries, even firing gunshots at him, and this is awful. Gibson fought for nearly 10 months for the two men to be indicted, and this may be the reason why. A new investigation by Mother Jones shows the police may have gone easy on the attackers because they allegedly had ties to that police department. We're definitely going to continue to give you more stories and stay updated on this story, Soulmates.
Absolutely. Well, we had him on the show when this first happened.
Yeah,
him and his lawyer came on the show, and they talked to us a little bit about this. And so we will continue to follow this story, but we are glad that he's going to get justice.
Yes.
Definitely. All right, well, a white motorist has been sentenced to 2 years in prison after being convicted of racially motivated crime. But the man had no idea the African-American man he picked a fight with was a mixed martial artist. The black man ended up placing him in a chokehold until authorities came to arrest him for attempting to intimidate and injure his family. On Monday, November 7th, the Department of Justice announced Jordan Patrick Lee would be sentenced to 2 years in prison and 3 years in supervised release for the August attack.